I did eat my first kangaroo. Is that terrible? Oh.
That's so good.
I know, but I have to. All right, okay. So let me just say something briefly because I had 2 lessons. I had 3 lessons planned, but one of them had to do. Now I'll just break them up. But I'm going to give you this one because I just got off the phone with a New York actor, and it actually speaks to. This guy in Sydney had this, I mean, he's worked with me before, and we're opening a school in May, so I'm really, really excited. Yes, it's like really, really thrilling to be taking this work all over the world. But the interesting thing is he's worked with me before, and there was a part of him that, he's really solid and he works, but there's a part of him that kind of goes to the soapy version of him. And weirdly, so in his accent, he would do the scenes, and they always felt a little bit melodramatic. And then I would say, okay, do it in an American accent. And when he would do it in an American accent, he would totally drop in. And the soapy, meaning, there's nothing wrong with soaps, but there was just something kind of, when I mean soapy, there was something kind of, he was putting something on. Like that, he would even actually, well, he wouldn't talk like that because he had an Aussie accent. But you get what I'm saying. Something kind of, right? And then when he would do the American accent, he'd drop. So I kept asking him, and he didn't really kind of come clean on it. And then finally, he started to cry, which is, of course, I know I'm getting in there. And he said, you know what it is? He said, it's really about me being seen in such a way that if I allow myself to be seen this way, or do the work from this place, he said, I could get rejected. And it was a really watershed moment for him and for everybody else. And then I had a conversation today, I'm going to come back to this, and I had a conversation today with this actor from New York who feels like he is like, it's not working out for him in his work, partly because he's at a plateau. In other words, he's doing jobs that he feels comfortable in doing, but he's getting opportunities to do bigger jobs, and he's kind of self-sabotaging himself. And I said, well, what's that about? And he said, it's a fear of failure. And I said, oh, no, it's not. And then it circled me back to this conversation I had with this kid in Australia. Now, I've talked about failure versus success, so I want to just say it again. So here's the thing. There is no such thing as really fear of failure, because a better way, it's fear, for sure. It is fear. On the way back from Australia, the plane was going like this. And I fly all the time, and I was like, oh God. And then I started thinking about, I just want to just keep trying to approach life with no fear, even with it going like this, and everybody else is asleep. And so I started thinking about all these, like, the fear. What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't, except fear. This whole thing about fear. So we label it as fear of failure. It's not fear of failure, it's fear of being seen. Because what happens, if you're being seen for who you are, and you get rejected for who you are, what does that mean? That hurts. Then we also equate it as we're not good enough, we're not talented, it's never going to happen for us, etc., etc. But what it really means is you're offering something to the world, and the world may shit on it. You know what? Here's my thought about that. You have no other choice. Your other choice is just to not create. That's it. Become a theater critic. Not that there's anything wrong with that either. Criticize. I better edit this whole thing. Yes, because they go viral, whatever. Not viral, but anyway. So, you know, okay, anyway, let me stay on task. You can see I'm definitely on Sydney time today. Okay, but that is the important point. It's not, you're not scared to fail, people. You fail every single day. You fail every single day. How many little mini failures did you have today? Probably a lot. It's not it. You're scared to put yourself forward and be seen, and that being seen that way may not be their cup of tea. So what? So you keep moving forward until it is. So what it really is about is fear, for this guy especially, this guy I talked to in New York, is about a fear of success. Because a fear of success means you're going to have to step into a whole new calling of who you can be. And what happens when you do that is all the stuff that you think about yourself gets triggered. Because the paradigms of how you see yourself is not based on a successful model. That's why they're paradigms. That's why they're destructive. So the calling is to want to get out there in a bigger way. And we're fear of what that calling leads us into because this part gets triggered that we identify with. Who am I to be successful? Well, who are you when you hear yourself say, I'm ugly, I'm not attractive, I can't do it, I'm fat, I've never had success before, what are people going to think, I don't even know what I'm doing. See what I'm saying? That part gets triggered. So I think, I just kind of said it, I think you have no choice. I think you have to have awareness about what it really is stepping into how amazing and magnificent and powerful you can be. And that's possible for everybody. But I don't think we should mistake it for a fear of failure, because I have lectured about this before. Your life is littered with failures, and your failures actually give birth to the creation of who you are moment to moment. They give birth to coming to class, or getting into a new movie, or breaking through in a casting. That happens, that's what success looks like. It's like that. Get what I'm saying? So I think you just need to reshift what the whole thing about failure and success looks like. And it's okay to be seen, and for some people not to get you. It's like dating, which is what my whole other story was going to be about, but I'll save that for next week. No, I'll save it for next week. But dating is the same thing. I may ask you out for a date, and you may be like, womp womp, I don't want Tony. It's okay. So you try again. As I always say, there's another bus coming around every 3 minutes. This is true. Okay? So it's okay to be seen, and it's okay to be rejected by being seen, because not everybody's going to get you. So if you could just move confidently with that knowledge, you'll be a little bit less scared to create. That's it. You'll be a little bit less scared to just put it out there.